at crime intelligence in the Free State, and Constables in Noho is stationed at the Park Road police stations, which is where we are currently. To the families, as I said earlier when I addressed you, that this is one of the most difficult moments to face you, where one doesn't have words to tell you. That this is one of the unfortunate and horrible incidents that has happened, but we are hopeful and we will find whoever is behind this. We'll definitely make sure that we don't rest. On that score, we have put out a reward of 350,000 for any information on the whereabouts of our members and the whereabouts of those that might be behind the disappearance of our own members. Anyone who has solid or accurate information is advised to contact the investigating officer, who is the lead investigator in this case, Captain Manga, on 082 527 6099. You are reminded that anyone who shares information will remain anonymous, and of course we do not want any derailing or false information. As I said, the team, this is the main investigator, but of course in Gauteng we have Major General Mohali leading the investigation together with Major General Lekalakala. But the one that is responsible for carrying the docket is the captain I spoke about, and we are looking forward that those that have information can relate to the IO, who will then share with the rest of the team. Of course, we believe that somebody somewhere would know what happened and where our members, because the last time they were seen was at the engine garage near Grasmere Toll Plaza, just outside Johannesburg, on the Thursday morning. We believe that with the assistance of communities we can solve this case. We are following all the leads, including the vehicle that is around in the social media that have parked next to them at the filling station. We have processed that information, and we are not looking narrowly around that, but our investigation is quite broad. We pledge our support to the families that will always be with them. We agreed with them that we'll make sure that this side in Free State there will be somebody or some officers appointed to keep the families informed in terms of the progress of the investigation. It's unfortunate that we cannot control certain aspects that gets to the social media. It's quite unfortunate, but however, be assured that we are doing our best to find our members. Our employee health and wellness experts, including our psychologists and chaplains, will, under the guidance of the Provincial Commissioner of Free State, continue to provide the necessary support to the families. At this stage, we don't want to speculate on the motive yet. We are investigating, and of course it's a known fact that since the vehicle left the engine garage at just at the outside near the Grasmere, the telephones, the cell phones of these members, together with the tracker on the vehicle, they got switched off at the interchange, commonly known Baile interchange, which is the interchange of the N1, N3, and M1. We are busy with investigation in all areas and in all angles, and we will keep you informed in terms of how we are progressing. I will now allow the Premier to also address you.
Thank you, Commissioner, Deputy Commissioner, Provincial Commissioner, Brigadiers, MEC, Mthombeni. Indeed, it's a sad day for us as Free Staters. Just having 3 members of SAPS unaccounted for since the 24th of April to date. Really, it's really a painful situation, and one can just imagine what is going in parents' hearts at this moment, especially when you look at the level of GBV as well in this province or the country at large. One just wonder what's happening, especially to the ladies, the 2 female constables that are with one of our male constable. Indeed, we are just here as provincial government to give support mainly, and really appreciate the visit of the National Commissioner being here to at least communicate directly with families so that we deal with the issues on social media, the speculations and so on. So it was very, I think we need to thank National Commissioner and thank the Minister for allowing you, the team, to come here and engage with the families directly and not rely on social media. It's very important that you really make that effort. You took that trip to just come here for that purpose and that purpose only, to come and brief the family. From us as a provincial government, ours is just to give support to the family and to say to them, trust the SAPS, they are doing the best, and trust in them. We also trust in them, and we hope, all of us are praying for the safe return of these 3 constables. They are still young, we need them, and really we just have to say we need them. We are here just to say, families, we are with you as the province. The National Commissioner is here on behalf of the Minister. We are all, our hearts, everybody's business today, since the 24th, we've been communicating with Provincial Commissioner. It's been, when Commissioner calls, just say, I hope there's a positive response. I hope there's something positive coming out of this call. Let's pray, let us not lose hope. The Commissioner is here. The commitment that we made, Commissioner, to the families, we're also here to affirm, to say, we are with you, we are pledging our support, we are behind you, a Provincial Commissioner. You told me that you got sleepless nights. All of us do have sleepless nights. Can you imagine the parents, how do they feel? But we are with you. Ours is just to pledge support. And thank you very much for the efforts taken by the National Commissioner and the Minister. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Premier. Colleagues, at this stage, we're going to allow the family members just to also say something. So I'm going to ask colleagues to just change your, move your microphones. Any seats, fine, you can remain seated. Just someone, can you move the microphones, colleagues? Move the microphones this side. Okay, we'll be starting off with is it long enough? So, colleague, fine. Is it long enough? Fine. Let's wait for each other. Sorry. So this afternoon, colleagues, we've got Constable Linda's uncle. His name is Sipho Linda. He's next to MEC Mbalula. And then we also have the father of Constable Senoche. His name is Paul Senoche. And we also have the husband to Constable Baile. His name is Loazi Diba. He's the one with the black jacket. So we're just going to give them an opportunity to also have a say. Starting with you, uncle.
Good afternoon. We just want to thank, from the Linda family and from the other families, we would love to thank the National Commissioner for coming down to Bloemfontein to come and address us and inform us about developments in this case. Yes, we had questions, we still have questions, but most of our questions were kind of answered by the National Commissioner, and the commitment that they have given us that they are not resting. They are following every lead possible to try and find our children. And we just want to appeal to the public out there that as the National Commissioner and the Premier have indicated, anybody with information, I mean, nothing happens unnoticed nowadays. Somebody must have seen something. Somebody must know of something. Consider these your kids as well. They were doing a job to protect the community. They were there to serve you. Now, we as a family, we as all these families would love to plead to you, anybody who has noticed anything outside there, to come forward. Not because of the reward per se, but because of Ubuntu, to say, this can happen to one of my kids, this can happen to one of my brothers, to come forward and share the information with you. So we are our kids. Siyabonga.
Okay, next is Ntate Paul Senoge.
Erike kadime lentswe la sekgowa le reng protocol observed. Batswadi mo ebang gona le motho o utlwang seo re se kopang gore re kopa fela bana ba kgutliswe ha ba mohlompe ene ele hijack ya koloi re dumelle re bone di family tsa rona wena o leng haufinyane ha ba o bone something or o tseba something se se etsagetseng, please atamela police station e haufinyane, report this go iketsetsa molema, because kaosane e tla be le wena. So ha re batle gore se diragala, se re ratang go se lebogela ke gore seponesa sa rona se tswile jaro se ile go batlana le bana ba ene. Nna ke a dumela gore mo balenteng they are safe and ba tlo go boa ba ntse ba bolokegile. Ke a leboga batswadi.
Good evening, even though our commissioner said it's not a good evening one, but then I believe with their team and their units, they will do their level best to bring them alive. That's all I pray for, just to bring back my wife alive. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. That's the husband of Constable Baile and the father of Constable Senoge and the uncle of Constable Linda. Okay, thank you so much, colleagues. I'll now open the floor for questions. But I think also what the Premier said, please let's utilize social media responsibly. You know, this is a difficult time for everyone, for both the families, for both the SAPS, and I think the nation at large. Let us utilize social media responsibly, because we all know that social media is a powerful tool that assists us as the SAPS to share messages and to track down criminals and to find victims of crime. So our plea from our side is really, let us utilize social media responsibly and let's stop the spread of fake news and fake information. With that said, colleagues, can we then we'll open the floor for questions? Does anyone have? Okay. Yeah. Sorry, let me just move the microphones around. Okay, you guys, production. Colleagues with the questions.
From News in Africa. Just mine is a clarity. Did they disappear on Wednesday or Thursday?
All right, next one.
My name is Mangoba Mchunu from PNCA. I also just wanted to get clarity on that. But secondly, are there any leads at this particular stage, given that, Commissioner, you have been briefed by both the teams in Gauteng as well as Free State? Is there any information at all that you have about this investigation? And just secondly, to the families, I'm sure that this is quite a difficult time for you. How have the past few days been? And then just in terms of, obviously you've pleaded also to the public to assist in this particular matter, but are you worried about your loved ones at this particular stage? I'm sure you are.
The last one.
Like Aris from the News Spot, I just want to find out, Commissioner, are you treating this case as a kidnapping, hijacking, or inside job? And if so, if it's a kidnapping, are you willing as an SAPS to negotiate? Thank you.
Thank you, General Masemola. I think we can proceed to answer those 3 questions.
Thanks to the media. Well, the exact day when the members disappear, it will be on Thursday morning, very early morning hours. That's when they were last seen at the garage, and also when their phones were switched off. It was already on a Thursday when their phones were switched off. But of course, it was discovered only very late when some of the family members couldn't find them on the phone. Late Thursday, that's when the reports came, and then commanders did preliminary investigation, and by Friday the official inquiry was open, and the investigation started, beefed up the investigation that started already on a Thursday. On the question, is there any leads? For now, no. We do not have any leads for now. Whatever little that we find, we are still following up. We cannot call it a leads or any information at this stage. We do not have any leads whatsoever. Do we treat it as a kidnapping, or, well, we have members that are missing. We are doing all our best. It won't make a difference whether we classify it as kidnapping or hijacking. The fact is, we have police members that are missing who are traveling in a car, and we have got these teams that are out there looking for them. That's the priority now. The real motive, whether they were hijacked or kidnapped, whatever, that will obviously be determined once we find them. But we are looking for them. We hope we'll find them still alive, and that's where we are. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any other questions, colleagues?
Commissioner, there seems to be a growing trend. I'm Kolosekwi from SABC. I'm sorry.
Yes.
There seems to be a growing trend of missing persons. We have a journalist in Mpumalanga who was who disappeared, and there's another one in Soshanguve. From your perspective, do you see this as something that, as we see it from our side, as a growing trend where South Africans are saying people are disappearing and people are not being found?
Yeah, it is a growing trend, we agree. People disappear, but there are those that we have found. You remember, there was a pastor in Free State that disappeared, and the pastor was found. Recently, there was also a pastor in Nelson Mandela Bay who was kidnapped, and he was found taken by criminals. So yes, it is a growing trend which people are being kidnapped either for ransom or whatever, but in this case there is nothing, it's quiet. We don't know whether they will still come forward. I think you asked earlier the question that if there is a ransom required, would we accede to? At this stage, we will cross the bridge as we go on. We cannot determine now the future, how we're going to treat whatever. Priority now is we are looking for our members, and we use all resources that are available to us to make sure that we find them.
Sorry. For future, in terms of police officers traveling between provinces, is there improvements that are going to be made from the SAPS?
As management, yes, we'll look at that, and in the safety of our members, we'll look at that and see how best we can do as to what measures can we put in place in terms of quite a number of, we'll see what a number of measures that we'll put in place to improve the situation. Thank you.
Last one, colleagues. We have one. Okay, thank you so much then, colleagues. This brings our press briefing to an end. Thank you so much for the opportunity. If there are any one-on-ones, we'll do them outside, and please indicate who you would like to interview for one-on-ones, probably the family members and so on. Okay, all right. All right, thank you so much, Premier. Thank you so much. Let me see. Thank you.
Maybe you are just allow the table to move first before you allow them to